Released in 1999 for the Neo-Geo Pocket Color, King of Fighters R-2 is a portable rendition of SNK's popular fighting game series, The King of Fighters. Designed to capture the essence of its arcade and console counterparts, KOF R-2 delivers a surprisingly rich fighting experience on a handheld device. While the game has some limitations inherent to the platform, it stands out as a strong example of how to effectively translate a complex fighting game onto less powerful hardware. In this review, we'll explore both the high points and the shortcomings of this retro title. One of the first things players will notice about King of Fighters R-2 is its charming presentation. For a game on the Neo-Geo Pocket Color, KOF R-2 boasts impressive graphics. The chibi-style characters, a staple of SNK's portable titles, are well animated and full of personality. Despite their diminutive size, each fighter is easily recognizable, a testament to the developer's attention to detail. The game's color palette is vibrant and appealing, making excellent use of the hardware's limited capabilities. Stages, though simplified compared to their arcade counterparts, are distinct and add a sense of place to the battles. However, the limitations of the hardware also show in the game's visuals. The character sprites, while detailed for the system, lack the fluid animations and intricate designs found in the mainline King of Fighters series. Backgrounds are static and somewhat sparse, and the small screen size can make it difficult to appreciate the finer details of the animations. Despite these drawbacks, the game still manages to maintain a level of visual charm that aligns with the overall aesthetic of the Neo-Geo Pocket Color's library. The true heart of any fighting game is its gameplay, and KOF R-2 does an admirable job in this department. The game features a roster of 14 fighters, each with unique moves and abilities, pulled from the King of Fighters 98. Despite the simplified control scheme, the Neo-Geo Pocket Color only has 2 buttons. The game manages to retain the depth and strategy that fans of the series expect. Players can perform special moves, combos, and even the series' signature super moves, albeit with some adjustments to fit the portable format. The controls themselves are tight and responsive. SNK did a great job of making the most out of the limited button layout, allowing for a surprising amount of complexity and nuance. The game's pace is slower than the arcade versions, but this actually helps make it more accessible to players who might not be as skilled in fast-paced fighting games. Additionally, the inclusion of a tag team mode adds an extra layer of strategy, allowing players to switch between characters during a fight, which is a nice nod to the team-based gameplay of the main series. That said, KOF R-2 is not without its mechanical flaws. The simplified controls, while functional, lack the precision and depth of the full arcade experience. Hardcore fans might find the limited moveset and slower gameplay less satisfying compared to the more robust offerings of the console versions. The game also lacks the more advanced mechanics like Just Defend or roll canceling, which might disappoint players looking for a deep fighting system. The sound design in King of Fighters R-2 is another area where the game shines given the constraints of the hardware. The sound effects are punchy and satisfying, providing a good sense of impact during fights. The music, while necessarily chiptune, captures the spirit of the original game's soundtrack. Each stage has its own theme, which helps to differentiate the various arenas and adds to the overall atmosphere of the game. However, the limitations of the Neo-Geo Pocket Color's sound capabilities are apparent. The music, while catchy, can become repetitive, and the limited sound channels sometimes result in sound effects cutting into or even replacing musical notes. This can occasionally detract from the overall experience, especially during longer play sessions where the repetitive nature of the audio becomes more noticeable. One of the more pleasant surprises in KOF R-2 is the amount of content packed into this tiny cartridge. The game includes a making mode, which allows players to create and customize their own fighter. By completing various challenges and fights, players can unlock new moves and abilities for their custom character, adding a layer of personalization and replayability. This mode is a great addition that encourages players to keep coming back and experimenting with different combinations. Furthermore, the game supports a link cable feature, allowing 2 players to face off in head-to-head battles. This was a huge selling point at the time, as it provided a portable multiplayer fighting experience. Unfortunately, finding someone with another Neo-Geo Pocket Color and a copy of the game today can be quite challenging, making this feature more of a nostalgic nod than a practical selling point. King of Fighters R-2 for the Neo-Geo Pocket Color is a fascinating example of how to condense a beloved franchise into a portable format. While it doesn't fully capture the depth and complexity of its arcade and console counterparts, it does an impressive job of translating the core elements that make the King of Fighters series so enjoyable. The charming graphics, solid gameplay, and surprising amount of content make it a standout title for the Neo-Geo Pocket Color, even if it does have some limitations due to the hardware. For fans of retro gaming or the King of Fighters series, KOF R-2 is a delightful piece of history worth exploring. It serves as a reminder of a time when developers had to get creative with the constraints they were given, and it manages to deliver a fun, if simplified, fighting game experience. While it may not satisfy those looking for the full King of Fighters experience, it remains a commendable effort that still has its place in the annals of portable gaming. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching.